don't know where the squareness is yet. We'll have to cut everything loose. But at least at this point we'll have it close. Okay. Alright. Okay. Now what we do is we'll take our support off and then we'll check the squareness of it. We can always put the support back on if we need to take it down or move something or whatever. But at least our weight's on there. Alright. They feel pretty comfortable. We're just 4 screws holding this thing in.
Yeah. It's not moving as you remove that, so it must be fairly good.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Alright, got the string on there.
Got the string.
Okay, we'll pull this up because you want to make sure that your knuckles are down. I meant to tell you to grab that. Okay.
Alright.
Now this thing does have a lot of spring tension to it, and I need some more stuff in my way. Okay, we let it down, have to be careful. Spring's over. Alright, we're going up. You got string?
Got the string.
Alright.
Alright.
Ah!
Looks very unsquare.
Looks nice and square, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You can see how unsquare we are with this thing. So what we'll do now is we'll come in and square this thing up. Okay, now we got a better picture of where you can see where this thing is unsquared. So what we'll do, we'll go to the front edge and we'll loosen that up so that we can pull this one back so it'll scoot the front part over. Let's see, but before we do that, we need to put our ladder on there, so we'll do that now. Okay, what I'm going to do is I put a screw in here. I'm going to take this screw out, and we're going to back that screw out and screw it this way so that we can pull this thing around this way. Does that make any sense at all? Not really.
I'm sure it will once we get going on this.
I'm sure it will. Okay. Loosen that a little bit. About that much, maybe not quite that much. I gotta get up there and pull my thing. Oh, there you go. Matter of fact, let me cut some shims real quick to be better. Okay, we got it shimmed up.
It looks like we need to go over just like
really? I think it looks fine just the way it is.
You like the way it is?
Yeah.
Alright.
Let me show Mr. Camera here. It's about time for lunch after that.
Lunch?
You saw how unsquare it was a minute ago. But see what we did. We put a shim. You can barely see that shim hanging out right there. We put that shim right there, which kick that end around to where, as you can see along this edge, we're right where we need to be. And now what we'll do now is we'll pull it open. We'll go ahead and put the rest of our screws and nails and everything else in there, and then we'll put our ladder on. And then after that, then we'll trim it. Okay, now to get the angle of your stairs down to where it meets the floor. Okay, people ask me, how do you get the length of the ladder when you've got it installed and you got all that extra on her and you have no way to measure it? Well, the easiest way, you'll have to have some help now. You want to take the ladder off. Now what you'll just need some kind of a straight edge. You'll need a straight edge, you'll need a pencil, then you're going to need some help. A straight edge and some help. As soon as you take this ladder off, this door is going to try to close. So that's why you want to make sure you got somebody to kind of help you here. Keep that down. There's just 4 bolts that hold it on. Get you a long straight edge. Get it straight with the ladder. All the way. Run it down. Keep running it down till you touch the floor. You can see where we're touching the floor. That's going to be the longest point of the ladder. Now, you come back up here to the top where you've got your straight edge and you mark where the ladder stops. Put some kind of mark there. Transfer it over to the edge. There it is. There's your length. Now you can either cut your ladder while it's off, or you can put it back on and then cut it. In this case, I normally leave them on so I can, as I cut it, I can try it. Okay, now with your ladder supported up where it goes, you take your straight edge, you come from the part at the top of the ladder, all the way down to the bottom. You can see I already got this cut. And you lay your straight edge on there. Now remember where your mark was. You put your mark at the top. Then you come to the bottom and you mark your step. You come down where the edge of your step is. There's a mark at the top. You transfer your mark from the edge of your board to your ladder. Just put your mark right up here at the top. Now, the angle cut is the same as your step. Now I'll show you what I'm talking about. So what you do is you transfer this angle of that step down to where your mark is, back to the back of the ladder. Which this is about 30 degrees, so you take your mark and you transfer it back to there. Now I'm going to show you with a square what I'm talking about. Okay, you take your square, and it shows to be about 30 degrees. You take that, you come down here, put your square on 30 degrees, and put your mark. Got it at 30 degrees, you put your mark, you cut that line. You get this distance from here to the top of your step. Again, you go to the other side of the ladder and you do it again. You get your distance from there down to the bottom of your step, and you just transfer it again. You cut that, and you got it. And as you can see, we're set on the floor like we're supposed to be, to the top. There shouldn't be much of a gap in between where the bottom of the stair knuckles over and lands on the upper part of the swing up part of stairs. Now, being that I do this for a living, of course I don't even like to do these anymore, but as you can see, we've got a nice reveal all the way around. That's what you want, is about an 1/8 to a 3/16 of a reveal between your molding and your pull down stairs. If it's binding in any way, be sure to fix it before you put your trim on, because after you put your trim on, then you're stuck. Now you remember where we cut through the sheetrock, where we marked and cut through the sheetrock to cut those 2x6s? Well, as you can see, this molding has covered up our marks, our saw cuts. So that's the reason you try to get something kind of wide. I mean, usually 3.5 inches, 3.5 inches is wide enough. It'll take in for a little bit of some goofs you have here and there as far as tearing up sheetrock or whatever. And other than that, that's pretty much about it. Your stair is in and ready to go.